We've all heard the adage, personnel is policy. It's the observation that if there's going to be any hope for success in a shared mission, the people on a team, in a company, or at an organization have got to buy into a shared set of beliefs and values. If they don't, that shared mission is doomed to failure. After all, well-crafted policies aren't worth the paper they're printed on if they're simply filed away and never put into action by real people in real life. That truth is being put to the test in faith-based groups throughout the nation. Churches, homeless shelters, faith-based private schools, and more are under increasing pressure to cave on their deeply held beliefs. And because personnel is policy, hiring and firing is often where these organizations are put to the test. Consider a recent example from Wisconsin. Capital Land Christian Center Church is a church, daycare, and school that serves families in Madison. Capital Land is also highly involved in its community through after-school programs and providing hot meals for children in need. Each and every employee and volunteer at Capital Land, from the pastor to the cooks, sign on to a statement of faith when they first join the team. The statement includes agreeing in writing to honor Christian teaching on marriage by refraining from cohabitation with members of the opposite gender outside of marriage. That's why Capital Land's daycare supervisor was surprised when a staff member asked her if she could bring her boyfriend she had been living with to an upcoming Christmas party. After a brief conversation where the staff member told her the couple was, quote, pretty much married, her supervisor checked in for advice from the pastor who oversees the daycare. Together, they agreed for the supervisor to follow up with the staff member and get a better understanding of her living situation. The possibility of firing her for non-compliance to the statement of faith never came up during the conversation. Their goal was simply for everyone involved to best live according to their shared commitment. So, a few weeks after the Christmas party, the supervisor pulled her aside at the end of a shift. But the conversation had hardly begun when the staff member said she was quitting. Although the supervisor tried to reason with her, praised her job performance, and made it abundantly clear that she was not firing her or even encouraging her to quit, the staff member doubled down. She was quitting, and she did not want to talk about it anymore. But that's not the end of the story. Soon after, the ex-staff member's lawyer filed a complaint against Capital Land, claiming that she was forced out of her position because of her marital status. Capital Land turned to Alliance Defending Freedom for help. An investigation by the Madison Equal Opportunities Commission cleared the church of any wrongdoing, and 2 courts, including the Wisconsin Court of Appeals, upheld that ruling. That's a significant victory for freedom, not just for Capital Land, but for all Americans. Imagine a Jewish day school being punished for asking their employees to abide by Jewish teachings, or PETA being threatened with a lawsuit for asking its employees not to hunt on the weekends. That strikes at the very heart of the First Amendment's guarantees. Unfortunately, the same threat Capital Land faced in this case is playing itself out in similar settings with 2 more Alliance Defending Freedom clients. The U.S. Supreme Court recently passed up a chance to rule on a case involving Gordon College in Massachusetts after lower courts denied Gordon's ability to make hiring decisions in keeping with its biblically based views. The same goes for Seattle's Union Gospel Mission, a highly effective outreach to homeless men and women that a state court held must either change the way it serves vulnerable men, women, and children or violate its Christian faith. The mission had declined to hire a job candidate whose stated goal was to change its Christian beliefs from within the organization. But rather than uphold the mission's freedom, the court allowed the job candidate's case to go forward. Meanwhile, a bill that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has long regarded as a priority, the so-called Equality Act, would seriously undermine the freedom of churches, schools, and ministries to make employment decisions consistent with their religious beliefs. Churches and religious organizations have the First Amendment right to hire those who share their beliefs without fear of punishment. After all, freedom requires that we, the people, not the government, get to make important ministry decisions on both personnel and policy that align with our faith.